On the last episode of My New Birthday, I might be able to turn it around pretty far. It hurt to walk across the United States. I just never got better. I never got better. They either knew I had arachnoiditis or they didn't look at the MRI results. I was in such pain for so long. I didn't realize pain clinics existed. I just figured I had to deal with it forever. My femur went. My phone was on the walker, and I needed to call 911. I didn't have a medical alert button at the time. I called 911 and told them what was up, and I waited for help. Help arrived. One of the medics decided he wanted to get me busted. Instead of helping me, he looked around my house. And he told cops shit that's not true, some shit that is true, but doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they see. They could have seen a box of heroin. It doesn't matter. Hearsay. Hearsay just doesn't work. You cannot even get a warrant based on this is what an EMT said. But they did. And while I was in the hospital, the cops came and took my vaporizers and my weed and my grinders and some shit that has nothing to do with weed. Like cooking stuff. Laser thermometer. So I was in the hospital for 2 weeks. They put a metal rod, titanium rod, through my femur to put it back in place. It was broken to like almost 3 pieces. There was one clean break and another almost a clean break. You'll see in a second when I show you the x-ray. At the time, I'm age 42. I've never taken opioids. I've smoked weed. I've smoked plenty of weed. And I've done cocaine once, which was actually a really good experience in a way that, it's not what you think. But anyway, they took all my stuff, which ended up being the cause of my next injury. Mostly second degree burns, and also they ended up calling some of it third degree burns to my leg. And my ass. Mainly that. But yeah, so at this point, I already knew oxycodone or Percocet was amazing. But I didn't know what I needed to know. And so on June 17th, 2016, when I burned my leg in the bathtub, I was prescribed a lot more oxycodone. They prescribe a lot of oxycodone when you are burned, when you have been burned, to the extent that I was. And at first, I feared that I was going to be a drug addict when everything was done. So I took a lot less medicine than prescribed. I took about half as much. I took the bare minimum. If I was a little better with pain, that was my objective. But I feared becoming a junkie, and I don't like using that word anymore, but you know what I mean when I use that word. So I took the least I could. I wanted to make it last as long as possible because I knew by then that this medicine was amazing. It's what I needed, and I've never been high on it. Alright, so just don't even think that. Never been high on it. I've never wanted to be high on it. Actually, I have been sorta, I don't know if you'd call it high, but when I got home from the burn unit after being there for 24 hours, I realized I was pretty goofy, and then it wasn't good. It was dangerous. I don't ever want to feel that way again. And I haven't. So, we have the choice. You don't have to be high to have pain relief. If you are high, pain relief is not what you're after. But the one really bad thing that Percocet does to you is that it causes constipation. I can't do constipation, especially now. In the condition I'm in, weak. Being on the toilet is dangerous. Being constipated and on the toilet is very, very, very dangerous for me. I've always approached it like this. I'm unwilling to take more than 50 milligrams of oxycodone, even though that's probably 10% of what I need per day. I've probably changed that to 60 by now, but that's what I used to think. So I'm not willing to take a lot of Percocet. I'm willing to take 60 milligrams or less, whatever I need. I mean, there might be days where I would want more, but not every day. No. And maybe not even some days. Anyway, I knew that in 2016. I knew it. It was the obvious correct treatment for what was wrong with me, which at the time, for a long time, which I thought was MS. But I waited, and I worried. When I run out of this stuff, I'm going to withdraw. And that's going to make me need more. And how am I going to do that? I was thinking like I might be a new junkie. I don't know.